What century was the exemplar?
Did you get it? How'd you do it?
I just don't know if it's going to the right place. That's the piece I can't check.
14th century English.
And this is what, Facebook blog?
Mm-hmm.
Link was broken. Great.
Okay. Always do the practice first. No.
So what do I need to do to do the right?
Just to get your spacing. Just get your spacing.
I actually printed it and then cut it to fit the page and taped it all together and then did it on a whiteboard and then got the spacing.
I have to use Studio. Piece of shit.
Okay.
For this one. I was trying to work it around shit and I had to figure out where exactly the words.
No, exactly. That's why I say you lay out first. But so you lay out first. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're like, push for all
No,
this.
I get it. That's.
I didn't know if I needed.
So this one, I took an extra piece of this paper
What to do.
that size. Read out that.
Fucking Google Maps. This is bullshit.
You want me to go back to
And
Google
that's
Maps?
the medallion.
I can go to Google Maps.
So
Just remember that you're live,
So
so
I
all of the
could
words that you're
get,
cussing in front of that camera, you can hear them.
Nobody's watching.
So I could get all of
It's
the
gonna be
letters.
recorded forever.
So I could get all of the letters and know where I.
I can't hear
where-
that.
where my line breaks.
You know what I'm saying.
Still.
It was 24 by 20.
She started getting out, she's coming back to work. I can tell her, but she can't come back. The doctor on the other one.
This was.
Right, as I do.
This is so weird. This is what she does. Have to show you later. Like, when- But I didn't-
Yeah.
And so, yes, we try to. It's in my kitchen.
So I can do.
I think that- I can't in your prayers. Absolutely. Is this the stream or the watch? Can I close the watch or just the background is?
Yeah.
On. Trying to let them see people. And just because I have to say it just once. Jet Tower.
You know what Katie said to me? It was like, you're SHL. Sort of honorably. Get out of here.
Did you hear me on the video?
So well, you want us to do it again.
Did you hear me there?
I can get some stories.
That would be very interesting. I think we could do a softball tournament. That's one that matters.
Right, yeah.
There's several.
Chugging Pepsi Burns. Chugging Pepsi Burns after Board of March.
I don't even remember when. I was
Tried to work last night and I was like,
This is on and the microphone's working. I had to work this morning. I was ready to be So, and a map. So I could call it request them.
I finally remembered to do the request.
I said, please set up my room. I did not set up an hour.
That was on the day. They did the visa first.
You know how when you wake up and you just.
verification is requested.
Okay.
Did you set this up to auto join or does someone have to?
I don't know how. They didn't ask me. I asked, just set it up for public. Anybody can join.
Okay.
I don't know how it's not gonna go.
What? They don't go.
We have a master how to get the whole calendar. For the go live. Several things that happen.
I've put off learning how to do that.
We need to.
Right, you both probably charged, you think?
I got some.
What are all these little dots doing? Oh, that's sound level. Okay, that's what that is.
Even when you're
Learn more about
hard
it.
to take compliments. So, I've got messages from people who don't see frequent domains that are very.
That's not.
It's very neat see that people are.
Okay, we got the new blade.
All right, I don't mind being on the hook. It'll be fine. What's one more?
As
long as you don't mind me sharing it.
File it out.
It's not the line, it's gonna
Updates, so I didn't actually type seconds.
He said the phrase, I'm pretty sure you're breaking.
So I went.
Don't worry too much about it. And he did not register it all until after. He was
Lowe's,
like, you're up my face.
they only have sets.
Relationship.
Their enormous selection of files.
Did you hear me correcting the pronunciation of your name?
I'm talking
It's like, "Oh, again, for a
probably a
reason."
good. Full of little cardboard bins of various files of various sizes and shapes.
Look at this, probably.
And somehow I got onto the topic of what I needed.
Yeah, Brian, His Excellency, so he came and found me later. I was like,
Oh, we got two. Hi, all two of you.
Well, it's not just.
like the book is gone.
We'll be going just here in a minute.
You got people?
We got two.
What? There was only, there was not a wire hooked to the second side. Interesting. Better now. Fix that. One day I'll have the variance. They didn't do it. Hey, but I'm not gonna lie. Remember, our rules are what it was. Our rules are.
And what you do is you make that middle one, you lay your time on it.
Yep.
Now making it draw.
Yep.
That hour.
Hey, guys.
Live between you and you.
I was like, I'm gonna pop it back. I'm probably gonna my church.
Glue and everything. Once you get like, let it back out. Dump the blood out. And then let it sit. Hopefully you're
This is for Blott's coronation.
I will never make another one.
Really?
Somebody else.
Because I want another one. No,
Oh, wait, my son. Oh, darn.
I want more Elizabethan.
I'm in. There you go. That, tell me he did not look sharp this weekend. He did though. With the little puffs of red with his little, And the Red Sox.
John got some good pictures over at the pirate fire
When he had his shoes on.
with the red sleeves and the color and the black.
Nice.
But I didn't post it yet, so I can't make a video on Facebook.
You're gonna remind that.
It'd be a day before you got to get pictures. You could post it.
Okay.
So he just might not have made it to that.
Yes, it is.
My large spot up here. I see this. Come here. Come here.
Okay.
I thought,
Here he is.
I did that to him about. Wow.
I know. Oh, that's-
2021. Wow. Don't move.
Several tall bits, mine was that actually when I was doing print.
There. You'll have to do.
It's a little lopsided, love.
Well,
I mean, so are you, but.
how's that?
that's
Okay.
much more better. Do we want to close that door? Somebody must be coming because he's getting ready to close the door.
Come on, just get ready to get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the November Populace. Brandon Northkeep. Thank you. So many bright, shiny faces are coming in.
Yay!
We are glad you're here.
You have no idea.
And hello out to our people out there watching us streaming. All three of you. We got three. That's a new high. All right.
You want to start?
Oh, I was just gonna say hi. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do actual officers before those who are here.
I think I want us to go first.
All right.
So, North Bam. A lot of North people went to BAM. We had a great time at BAM. If you weren't there, there are pictures. We had a mobile medieval garden with a, what was the bee thingy called? A skep? Yeah. We had people shooting in their first archery tournament. We had people competing for iron lance and iron axe, and we had people fighting in the heavy melees and the rapier melees. The only thing I'm aware of that we didn't have was somebody in the equestrian, which shock and awe from Tulsa. That's a long way to haul a horse. So I get it. But we were everywhere. And it was a good time. It was a little chilly.
It was a little chilly. Got down into the 40s the first couple nights.
Yeah. But during the day in the sunshine, the weather was glorious. We had some people that were recognized in court. Carl Hungus was made a centurion. Orla got her Arc de Or. And Jeffrey was awarded the King's Archer.
He was.
He did it. So Jeffrey will not brag on himself, but I will brag on him. Jeffrey shot in his first Royal Hunter, and in his first, as far as I'm aware, SCA archery competition, at least in the last 10, 15 years. At the end of prelims, Jeffrey was in the lead. But the final round was single elimination, and he did not win.
I was wearing my Elizabethan with the white sleeves, and I caught a sleeve. That's what
That's the
it
story.
That's
Stick it
what I-
to it.
Yeah, that makes it my fault.
Good one.
The arrow was right underneath the target.
Yeah.
But yes, I was honored by JP with the King's Archer, and I need to speak to you about this ribbon to make it black and green.
If you were at Protectorate for a Nation, sometimes called Protect a Nation, Nafisa was the feast steward there. She was elevated to the Order of the Laurel at BAM. So yay, Nafisa. She's friends of ours. She's not North Peak, but we love her anyway, and we'll forgive her for not living here. On my list, the next big event that we have to worry about besides the Crown Tournament is, of course, the Coronet Tournament that we are hosting in Wildwood. I mean, it's my understanding that their crew still has volunteer slots for gate, and I'm sure for other things as well. So please make sure that you are reaching out either on that event or to our folks in Wildwood to find out what they need. There's nothing, as anybody who's ever run an event knows, there's nothing more anxiety driving than knowing you don't have all your slots filled before you get there. I know that we're North Keep, and I know that North Keep rocks, and North Keep never lets anything fail, and we all show up at that last moment. But let's see if we can't show up a little bit early and save our autocrats a little bit of crazy.
The eyes of the principality will be upon us. We need all hands on deck.
We have also been made aware that there are 2 elevations at the event.
Some rapier guy, right?
Lilith is getting Laurel, Pelican,
Pelican.
Pelican, and then
Some roustabout's
Sean
getting
over
a
there.
white collar.
Gotta make work for it, getting his well-deserved master.
I was gonna do it 3 months from now. That got changed.
We tried.
Yeah, well,
Um,
they're not gonna be there, so.
Unfortunately, there's an event opposite our Winter Kingdom that the other MOD elect has chosen to use, and he doesn't have as many options as Pecan had for events. And so their majesties asked if we would move his up and push him forward and do it at Coronet.
That's not
So
anxiety inducing at all.
none at all.
You have more weeks than I had. I had 3.5 weeks to get ready.
Like, I had a week and a half more.
Oh, good. What? We were ready the night before. That's
And
how-
we may be again.
All right.
I'm still working on getting your yurt out of Arkansas, just so you know.
We're importing housing.
Right. Don't forget that Jeffrey and I are having a leftovers, revel at our house on Saturday evening. I'm gonna open the doors at 5. There is no late. If you got stuff to do and wanna come later, come on.
Come on.
If you wanna be there at 5 to get dibs on whatever's on the table, come on. Please know that, my team at work is in the office all week this week, and I am feeding them all meals. So the leftovers will likely include more than just Turkey Day.
Today was Olive Garden.
Today was Olive Garden. And there will not be room in my refrigerator that's in the house by the end of the week. So we'll be using the one in the garage. So I do have fridge space if you need it. Also have dual ovens if you need to reheat something that you want to bring over. Come on, we'll get you. We put up our little fire pit at BAM. It's just a little cute little fire. It's just tiny, full 24 inches across. But we're gonna throw it up in the backyard because it's gonna be cold now apparently.
Apparently.
Apparently summer's over. So we're gonna have fire pit outside. If enough people show up, I will say that even if we're not outside, bring a chair. I'll have enough chairs. And if you don't like dogs, I need to know ahead of time, because I have them and they're big. I also have a cat.
Perfect.
So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware that my animals have free run of almost all of my house. So just, if that's a problem,
They are all very friendly. They will just see you as, oh, someone else to love on me.
so, yeah.
So,
And I mean this in the nicest way possible. All of my dogs will go, ooh, somebody else to scratch me right above my tail. Because that's what they love.
and they will present it to you.
Right, and so the weekend after Thanksgiving is Crown Tournament.
Ooh.
Woo-hoo. That'll be fun.
Down
Yay.
at the Burgers Lake Event Center. We had a coronation or crap down there several years ago.
And then the next weekend after that is the Cornet Tournament.
Yes.
So we've just got a couple more short weeks. I know that our Wildwood folks are not bashful at all about asking for help, but it's still a lot easier if they have people beating down the door, so.
They're doing the setup on the Friday prior. If anybody would like to ride, I am going down, coordinate with me.
The Barney trailer will be there on Friday as well.
I can fit 5 people in my truck.
So that'll make life easier.
I'll be bringing the trailer down on Friday. Latanya, how do you want to do the list field?
What did you say?
How do you want to arrange getting that back? Do you want to take it over, or do you want to bring it to my house?
Would,
What-
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I'm gonna be loading I'm emptying my trailer to load it with all
All of your
elevation stuff, so I'll just
Okay,
You'll just
Go
bring
ahead.
it.
I'll just bring it
Even
Friday
better.
night when I bring
Okay.
all the elevation stuff.
sounds good.
Even better. The weekend after Cornet Tourney is before Yule.
We will be going.
We will be going to that. And that is December the 21st, and by Godfrey, that is the last event for the year.
It's at Quail Springs United Methodist Church,
In
United
Oklahoma
Methodist
City.
Church. Details.
Zubeda
of-
did ask if anybody was planning the hotel for Cornet. So if you are, let Zubeda know. Sorry,
No, you're fine.
That's okay.
Didn't
It's just
we-
always good to know where somebody else is staying, if there's somebody else in the same hotel for safety's sake.
For Coronet or for Yule?
Coronet.
Okay, Yule's a day trip.
and the last little piece of business that I have is, of course, we were just talking about Crown Tournament and the Crown requirements are out. This year's Crown, or this reign's Crown requirements include a quiz about what you know about the SCA. John Paul posted a test or not the real one.
Yeah.
And if you would like to see the types of questions that are being asked, please use not the real one. If you do choose to use the real one, please do not hit the submit button at the bottom because we're causing extra work for people on the back end who are wondering if we're really competing in Crown or just checking out the quiz. And JP forgot that we're all nerds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that is literally everything that was on my list.
Covered everything I had.
Cool,
We
cool.
have- It's a ways away, but we do have another Ranger event next year.
It is actually on my list too, since I skipped over it. to talk about Cornet, because I wanted to get them in the right order. So thank you for that. We did accept a Winter Kingdom bid. Woo-hoo! Jahan and Perrin are autocrat in Winter Kingdom. Okay, good. What we do not yet have for Winter Kingdom is a feast bid. And everybody goes,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
everybody goes, 1, 2, 3, night.
Cheetos.
I mean, there is, you could always ask Moonshadow and get the infamous meanie face.
No.
No. Thank you, but no.
I figured that would be the answer. To ask the question, because it might be misconstrued.
It's already been misconstrued.
What site is it going to be at?
Same church as last year.
All right, so I just playing catches.
And I'm glad we started talking about Winter Kingdom.
Winter Kingdom will be at the same church as it was last year, for those of you online. Was that
St. Stephen's United Methodist
down
Church.
Broken Arrow
101st and Elm.
100% now?
with the elevator? That hopefully works this time.
It does?
It does.
It does work? Okay.
So, couple things. I'm gonna put this down because I'm
You
just
know,
gonna
there's
sit here and
another
play
event
with
we
it.
got too.
I'm sorry?
There's another event we got too.
The week after. We'll get there. I promise. Calendar. Winter Kingdom. So, Jeffrey and I have been discussing, this is gonna sound really out of order. Give me a minute. It will make sense.
You know what I'm talking about
I
now.
got
That's
you.
what I was just,
But this is, anyway, Jeffrey and I have been discussing Castellan. And what we would, see, I told you it's gonna seem out of order. And what we would like to do there. And one of the things that has become uber apparent, to me at least,
For
is
what, the last 10 years-ish, 8 years?
I don't even know.
Okay.
But what's become apparent is if you want to compete to become Castellan, you have to compete in 2 marshals and a soft, or 2 softs and a marshal. We have 5 marshals, 2 softs.
We won't fix that.
So what we're going to do to fix that is we are going
Pole
to.
dancing.
No. And no.
Second.
No. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer up AMS categories. Okay, so there will be a fiber arts, a kitchen arts, a CNI, an other, and Bardic will still exist. So if you want to compete in ANS and enter 2 projects in different buckets, those will both count towards Castellan points. So you can do 2 softs and a hard. We will have 5 softs and 5 hards.
Other includes
Every-
choreography, wood, anything wood, lamp working, leather,
Metal.
metal.
Anything.
Yes.
Anything that doesn't fit in those buckets. Yes, ma'am.
So for those of us who have no clue what you're talking about, I sort of get the hard is fighting of some type, and the soft is the other stuff you just mentioned. Don't understand the points and don't understand the purpose of this.
So Castellan is a tournament that we have in May,
Yes,
and to win the Castellan, you have to compete on both sides of the fence, martial and arts.
It's like a well-rounded.
It's like making sure that you can do more than one dance.
do you have to actually win at the hard stuff or just
No, it's point
put in
accumulation.
effort?
Accumulation.
So we will no longer have a Castellan winner every year. Jeffrey and I want people who are performing in the top 3 of the buckets that they are performing in order to win Castellan. So when I say they will count as Castellan points, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to win it, but you can't just say, I'm going for Castellan and have it. Yes, sir.
So what are the ANS, what is soft for fiber?
So fiber arts, kitchen arts, calligraphy and illumination, anything else that's arts, and Bardic.
What if you do 2 of anything else?
Nope, that's one bucket.
Because what if somebody's a woodworker and a metal worker?
Fine.
Well, here's the thing is, could you take the best score of the 2?
Yes,
There you go.
Okay.
but those are the current buckets. We will reevaluate if those buckets are wrong. We are not opposed to being flexible and doing that sort of thing. here's the kicker and why this fits in the Winter Kingdom conversation.
Circle back.
We're gonna do it at Winter Kingdom.
You're gonna do what?
All of the A&S and all of the
ANS
garden
are
competition
in Winter Kingdom.
at Winter Kingdom. So Castellan, the championships that will be fought for at Castellan for North Keep Championship titles will be the marshals. We will still have an A&S activity at Castellan. It will be group projects. But it will not be for a baronial championship. So there's that. Just wanted to, that will be going out in writing somehow. Somebody will help me wordsmith that, I hope, and make it make sense. We are, of course, open to questions. I'm sure that our Winter Kingdom staff would also very much appreciate any volunteers that they could get. And the last thing that I have on Winter Kingdom is Jeffrey and I will be having a few pop-up courts between now and Winter Kingdom to remove old business from our stash. I need everyone to understand that the purpose of these pop-up courts is because Her Majesty has let the landeds know that there are 500 items that are out in the hands of the landeds that are sitting waiting for that Zodiacus is waiting to hear have been given out. We do not have 500 items. 25. But the landeds have a bunch. And I don't want to be on her naughty list. So we're going to do some pop-ups like we did at fighter practice to move some of this older business out. That is not our first court. Our first court will be Winter Kingdom.
We're still gonna try and do something at,
We will probably have to have some pop-up courts at Cornet to knock some stuff out. Not our first court. That's important. There are traditions the North Keep needs to have, and I feel very strongly about them, and they will be in Winter Kingdom Court. Okay, now the thing that Pecan keeps harping at.
Jeez.
Oh, sorry, no question.
I have one more, probably stupid question, but
No question
didn't
is
you already
stupid.
have your first court because you
No.
did a Baroness for a long
No.
time?
Sure did.
Her Majesty's Court.
no, they didn't let us have a court when we stepped up.
Their Majesties, we were invested at Crown Tourney, which is a kingdom level event and not a baronial event, and so no, we did not have a court there.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
So we've had a couple of pop-ups to, again, get rid of some stuff and to recognize the winners of our day at the park, but not
Not a
first
official
court.
Right.
court.
Right.
Just go with it.
Not first court, just making sure.
Yes, right.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
On this side.
Right, yeah. It's not our court.
That's important, that's an important distinction because there are some North Keep traditions for first time.
You guys know the requirements yet for the garden competition?
Give me a minute. I'm gonna go with not in this month, but soon, very, very soon. Okay, so we also got the bid for Queen's Champion? Yes, Queen's Champion, which
The
is
week after.
the week after Winter Kingdom.
No.
Hey, what?
Castle.
I thought it was week before.
LPT is the week after.
See, but we had put in a bid for LPT and didn't get it, and that's why that's stuck. Thank you. Woo, get your name from it. So,
The
right, so
calendar says the Queen's Champion is on May 10th and.
Yeah.
it's the week before Castle.
Yes.
I'll get it right.
It's right.
It's all words. It all swims together after a while. Anyway, Queen's Champion in May. That'll cover it. So Pecan and crew are going to be autocrating that, and they're also going to need assistance. We are also at the church.
Yes, we're at the same church as Winter Kingdom.
Okay. So,
Indoor, air conditioning, good stuff.
yay, stop.
Kaya is co-ing.
Woo! Rocking that out. She's sitting behind Will, so I can't see her, so she's hiding. All right. You said you had thought of something else. Did I cover it?
You did.
All right, yay. So that's the end of us. I'm gonna hand it over to our seneschal so we can rock and roll through his report and officers' reports. Yay, good times.
Wow, thank you, Your Excellency. So much has been going on, everybody. I hope everybody has had plenty of time to prepare for the end of the year because we've still got a lot of stuff to take care of. First thing I'd like to get tonight is 2 new officers. Her Excellency Johanna is our new web minister, our mistress. Lady Kyle is our new arts and science mistress. Second of all, I'd like to say, if you're still interested in the position, we have several officer positions open. Primarily, I would like to emphasize the chronicler. For those of you who do not know, that is the person who writes our saga. In addition to that, we have a few other openings. I actually have one more right here. We currently have a historian open. Minister of Children is open. Youth Marshal is open. If you're interested in that, come see me. The butler, no, that is it. We actually only have
Harold.
Harold.
Sorry.
We have a Herald Pro Tem, but
We have somebody who's interested, multiple people who are interested in being our voice herald, but we do not have as a book herald.
we will not be doing any relay heralding.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You're alone.
So that's a joke from BAM. The Great Court was so large that Etienne had 2 relay heralds that were out at the edges, and that was comical at times.
That's what we did to protect your.
Yeah,
as
it was-
well.
I thought it was brilliant when you guys did it.
It was a protected nation.
She was awarded for her efforts as a relay herald.
Oh, yeah, I didn't put that on there. Somebody else got a sparrow. That'd be Bridget. For her help as relay heraldry.
We all heard you.
I'd like to
Oh,
thank
yeah.
all my officers and thank you for your service. I know this has been a volunteer effort and we truly value your time and putting forth. Just a friendly reminder, your reports are due at the end of the month. These are very crucial. If you do not do your reports, we cannot operate as a baron. I can't stress this enough. If you're in charge of submitting paperwork such as waivers, photos, saga is stories from the different officers or officer reports. Those are key components of the operation of the building, and they have to be followed on their schedule. So please make sure they get in. I also like to thank their excellencies for all their hard work, because without your leadership, we can't do this.
You have no idea.
Last but not least, if you guys have any questions for my office, please either call me or reach out via email. That's all I got.
Cool. John, you got anything for Winter Kingdom?
Yeah, the feast is not the only thing that we're missing. As far as personnel needed, we're kind of needing someone to help do the coordination for the soup tavern. We need an accessibility coordinator, sanitation coordinator. I'd like to have a coffee tea service kind of person, which is like keep that going for hospitality. Silent auction bake sale, if we want to have those, somebody's coming. So, yeah, all of that would be great. And also, I wanted to point out that we were really specific on getting the date that we did because it does not conflict with closures and Palantir. So people can go to both.
Maybe a largesse derby?
You want to teach? Teach.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Teaching's the best. You want a large derby?
I mean, if we have somebody willing to run one, I would love to have one, yeah.
Okay.
And remember that the question to be asking your friends this time of year is, what are you going to be teaching at Winter Kingdom?
Yeah.
Not what class do you want to go to, not what do you want to see, but what are you going to teach? And remind people that for teachers at Winter Kingdom, if they are paid members of the society, site fees.
What about feast?
Site fee.
Site fee. Site fee and site fee alone. That was the message I just got.
I'm glad you picked up what I put down. So just to circle back to BAM this weekend, Jeffrey and I could not have enjoyed the weekend that we enjoyed without the help of Bridget and John, who helped us with lugging our chairs all over site. as well as setting up our camp. John and Perrin and their extra heat source and their tiki torch fuel to help us light the wet wood on fire. Which is
And
horrible.
their little path markers, because people were walking through the, because it's set up in long strips, and they set up access that was lighted access through our area, so people could conveniently get from Merchants area to the far western camp
So when they
area.
laid out the land, they gave each group a spaghetti farm that went from one road to the other. And there were no paths through it. And so we were able to set up our camp in such a way that there was a path through it. And John and Perry helped get that lit. There were camps on either side of us who were less than friendly with people walking through their camp. And so I kept going to them going, we have a path.
There was a little,
Just send them to our path. If you don't want them walking through your camp, fine, send them through our. You don't care if strangers come through your camp? Absolutely not. We have a path. Come, they're not walking through my tent. Come on.
also, Colin and Alicia camped with us, and Colin helped me a great deal on Saturday, kind of being my unofficial entourage as I was doing the archery.
And they were invited to play at both the ball and the hopla.
Heck yeah.
His wife plays quite the violin, and he plays the drum.
So they had a good event as well.
And Alicia provided music for the camp, and it was very nice. So, yeah. All in all, it was a very nice weekend. Yesterday was a travel day. It was.
Cornet Lister, any help that they need up there? I know that the last thing I saw was that they were looking for gate shifts.
Yes, so we just finished all the site tokens, we have all the food in hand. Harvey just smoked turkey, I think I got his name right.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Just gave me the name, just gave me the turkey. So I know that side of it's done. We are still looking for people for gate. I do not believe, and I say this with hesitation, at this moment beforehand, I'll put those qualifications, we are not looking for help with the kitchen. I cannot say at the time of. All I've heard about is gate setup and
Clean up after.
and there is a concern about, whether we're gonna have a huge amount of people. Our pre-stuff doesn't show that, but.
So at this time, I can let you know that there are 11 fighters in the tournament.
I think the questions are coming from Pecan and, not about Pecan. It has been brought to our attention that Pecan is having an elevation. I mean, someone called me to tell me you were having an elevation and it was gonna affect the
Attendance.
attendance. I was like, have you met Cicely? She's the autocrat. And so, they called Cicely and then someone else called me and asked me to call Cicely. It has been indicated that we may have a huge amount of people coming for Pecan and
Lilith.
And I know that there is, we have a concern as to what we would, like, if we could put something outside if it was too many. And that's just been a talk about concern.
What about parking?
We have lots of parking.
Okay, good.
We even have outdoor space, but of course it is whether or not the weather would permit. I know we're planning on 2 to 250.
Okay. I suspect that you'll be right around there.
And,
Even with 2 elevations, I suspect you'll be right around there.
and there's just a little bit of concern whether 250 is gonna be like really crowded. And I said, we don't worry
We're a
about
friendly
it.
bunch, it's winter, it's fine.
They'll be happy. If they would be outside, they'd be outside.
Is it the Armory in Tahlequah?
It says the Armory in Tahlequah.
California Municipal on Water Street.
They tried to take me on a tour of it, we couldn't get in, but we did tour the area. It's super easy. I got there without my GPS, saying a lot. And then, there was just massive parking and potential for, if the weather's good, being outside.
Stuff outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, we were hoping to solicit some nightly people, or however that works, using the right words there, to help to have people, our plan is to have people get all their stuff out and then move, so we can.
Populace
There
support is
you
what we call
go.
it.
So that's the only things that I personally know about right now that we have been discussing prolifically.
Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to mention is that their majesties have posted that they, at Crown Tournament, are auctioning both Kingdom trailers. They have a hope of getting close to $1,500 per trailer. I have no idea the size or the details on either one of these trailers, but I want to throw that out there, that if anybody's interested, that's going to be happening at Crown Tournament. Yes, sir.
Never mind, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say anything, I should wait for their excellencies. Never mind.
Yes. We are not the only group who is chattering about trailers. There's not a likelihood that we're gonna purchase these trailers. Just letting y'all know that.
They're
I
all
think-
much smaller trailers too.
They are.
They're smaller than what we've got, and we can't go any. We, so,
Are they in fairly rough shape?
I don't believe that
Someone
they're in
needed
rough
like
shape.
an entry-level trailer?
I believe they would be great entry level, even mid-level trailers.
They are standing, both of them probably need work done to them. They are not in great shape. They're not in horrible shape.
Any
They're
used
not.
trailer that you're gonna buy is gonna need a once over.
And these have
The
seen a lot of
box
miles.
is solid.
I'm sure they've been maintained, they probably got greased and everything to keep them working, but that doesn't change the fact that these things probably have 100,000 miles on them.
Easily. But again, when you're looking at trailers, if the box is solid, and the frame is not bent, the
You can
trailer is,
replace the hub.
you can replace a hub, you can replace the wiring, you can replace just about anything for less than it'll cost you to buy a new trailer.
Especially the way prices are now. So,
Yes,
Last thing I had heard, we were not trying to get another trailer, but
That's
we were
correct.
going to refurbish.
we are still waiting on a pricing quote about getting that work done.
what needs attention is the axles, the electric, and some of the,
And maybe the brakes.
so that, I was including the axles, and some accessory lighting.
Yeah, that wiring.
Oh, yeah.
Slow.
Okay, let's put it this way, the wiring in that thing is so old. When we went and got it plugged, we couldn't match it up because the colors were different, because it was so old, they used to use a different coloring scheme for wiring.
So I've talked to the, guy who's now running Hitchit, the company that they bought the trailer from. And he says, as long as your frame and your box are solid.
Yeah.
Right now, especially, it is more cost effective to do repairs and.
I think the hardest part is gonna be that in order to get it lifted to do any wiring work or any hub work or brake work, we gotta have to empty it.
So we'll
We
schedule,
gotta have a place to put it.
We need a garage.
We need a barn. She won't even look at it.
Sorry,
Oh, look at my phone, this is so pretty.
my barn is full.
we'll probably
we don't have a
load
good
it into
storage
the
unit.
trailer or into the, storage unit. And then take
And
it.
even if we gotta rent one for a month or two, it's not.
Yeah, there is that.
Because you get that starter rate, a lot of times you catch
You
a
get that
sale,
free
you
month,
get like
right?
the
Yeah.
first month free.
Uh,
You know, we pay for the second one, we get it out of it. There was a question about Coronet. Do we know, it's been tradition to do the rapier tournament at Coronet. Do we know if that's happening?
I have asked several times, so what Daphne and Octavia told me during the last, vending officers meeting that we had was that, it will be up to the incoming coronet whether they push off one of the tournaments or both of the tournaments. It wasn't terrible not having both of the champion tournaments because it freed up the schedule a little bit.
Right.
Because everybody's coming at you so fast
Right.
as soon as you step off the field. So maybe.
Free stuff you not
Come
sell.
prepared.
Yeah, bring, I guess bring your stuff, which sucks, but
She gets to decide, I just didn't know if we knew when we were in.
Yeah, we, and it's.
That'll be all right, you can find a time and then go sit more vigil. Come on. Does anybody know?
So also in that
Louder.
same meeting, there was a lot of discussion about the idea of, is Vindham ready? And at the point where we need to have an event, that is the Vindham Champions event. So not crammed into another group event, not crammed
So-
into
So,
the Principality Point.
actually, the Vindham version?
But-
Yeah.
there's a lot of logistics.
Have a champion.
Have a
Yeah,
Champions
Champions
Day
event.
event.
I think it's a great idea.
And try and have it, in that space of late January, early February.
Just right after their,
Right in the middle of the
Somewhere in
spring.
kind of like Queens does theirs a month after they step.
Yeah.
This year.
That was one of the questions that they had, because we've had situations where the princess was stuck in a meeting that was required by principality law and completely missed the first half of her tournament, and it wrecked her. She was really, really unhappy.
Yeah, no,
about
I
that.
think that's a really good idea. I mean,
also
it's always
just
been,
It is.
it's always been hard shoving those into that same day, you know, it's
So it's
really.
been discussed at the office.
And she being Octavia is, quote, very strongly in favor and will counsel the incoming
Yes.
coronet
Her and
very
Daphne
strongly
continue to,
to
champion.
have a champions event.
That
And
Mark, did you have a question?
I would say, is this something that's done every coronet reign or just once a year?
Every cornet.
Okay, so every 6 months. There'll be a present champion and the rapier champion every coronet. Every other coronet will be, it'll alternate between archery and thrown weapons.
Yeah.
Which we would plan on modifying if we had a champion today.
Yeah, it would change, yeah, we had a champions.
And there's lots of logistics during Champions Day for the rain that happens in the winter. Real difficult to do physical activities in the inside of a warehouse. Or outside with frozen feet.
Really just depends on how you feel about property.
I would say almost like.
So what I just heard was Pecan offered his own warehouse.
You know what, you find my warehouse, you use it.
All right, good job, Carl.
You have a inside with your comment or?
We'll just-
Summer target.
We'll just use 2A, it'll be okay. Does anybody else have anything? Look at us done in 35, 40 minutes.
Move your chair.
Never happened. I know, right? Let's visit.
Hey.
On the,
Here we go.
competition. Officer Barnes, you did a great job. I'm just saying.
Thank you for watching in, everyone.
We will get these things worked out, I promise.
Yes, we will.
Because we discussed the fighting thing about Cornell. Are you ready? We have sent message up to see if we need to do anything and be responsible for anything. The answer is, it's taken care of and out of our hands. I was really looking forward to saying that part when I remembered it. It really twisted after that
I didn't know that. He said he did not like tonight.
I'm wanting to make a bracelet, and I've done it done. I think it looks easy. Here's what I think I remember that I'm cutting off is just taking cutters and cutting it off. That's what I was trying to figure out. That's the adorable part. That's right. But then putting in yes.
So this is your cut piece. Put a wire through here. Right? Back, not right at the tip, but back.
A good way.
Yeah, not a good way, but part of it will be inside your skin. Hold the wire. Give it a go back. You got 2 ends. 2 ends. Hold the Phone for us? Okay.
Yes, got it. Okay.
And then in the blue is where you would put your government.
She actually was going to commercial stuff. And me at the same time, and I said she was.
So this is a Lions Hall. I was very excited to see you on the house. I'm very excited. Right. Yeah.
Yes, it looks like it's.
The Wilson Garden. I've heard words Go away. We don't want it. We're not buying it. It's not Girl Scout. Get out.
Oh, okay.
You still have to. But you kept the night. It's off. Probably. He does not.
But yeah.
I have a lot of time for that. Did you get to see the
I think the last one, because, the Lamana was, actually not brought up until after. Originally,
I don't feel like. I just didn't want to be as angry as you can.
Well, no, you know, you get to do the. Yeah, I understand. Well, but I said,
Do you know what the original football shape.
Ready for us?
Yeah, get something together. I know some of them.
I was thinking about, so it's the emerald greenish. Like on the outside, so I was thinking something like this. And it can be.
Is there one? Like, yeah, well, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Is that- I've got green. I've got green, I've got black.
This will probably pass down. So you should think about it is that one more meeting. So,
You don't think I don't know?
And then if that is too small, there's one on the other side of it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
we have.
Pretty much all
I mean,
white,
we don't.
sucking in between and
It's very true that will show up because there's field people. Man, we're going. There's probably, Bert and I will set this up. And we'll be hotel the night before.
That is what I wanted to know.
Probably the night after. Friday and Saturday. That way, you go back to the hotel, it's a long day. Go back to the hotel, change clothes, take a shower, have nice dinner.
You use those for your sling day.
Work 40 hours.
Oh, yeah, because it's 3 hours, 45 minutes from ours, but I was like, yeah, y'all are an hour further.
And side is
Yeah.
West Central.
She says, let me talk.
There's
Got a little list, there's a highway that comes from the west. It's just 2 miles above that. So citizens will work from here by way.
We have thought, I don't know. I had thought it was like, it was neat for every weekend. So I was like, I think we're gonna try not to go to the tournament, but we'll see if we'll change it. But,
You need a week.
we haven't had one.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yeah, the whole thing from the fall training season all the way to Capstone is just one long go. Because there's all the fall tournaments. All the stuff that we're expecting. Of course, it's such even Harold. Once she get rid of that, now we're probably laser.
Yeah, she's having to go to everything, Pentagon goes to, and everything in the crowd. It's like, hold on a minute. So, yeah, no, the Kingdom Extra.
This is totally. All right.
I was wanting to hand that over, I was like,
I was not aware of that.
I figured.
I'm sure we can pick it up with the letter.
Yeah, it's.
I assume that the other one belongs to you.
Planning, it's logistics of doing the competitions and not like
On a
making.
separate note,
People are like debating.
I'm still not gonna look into
Yeah.
We're still not having a lot.
And that's not so much, but it's funny.
then I know you're listening to it. That's not me saying no.
It's not too bad. I mean,
I would explain this.
Well, I've got it.
For our numbers,
I'm not sure that they're being called out from their.
So I was like, I wonder if there's.
So I think there's a.
Shoulders are gonna be about right, I think. Yeah, I mean, well, we need to be sure to be careful with potentially be tight in the chest if we do it. But as long as we get
They're not talking.
those in the right place.
I also had to. Yeah.
No, I want to.
Not the marshal, it's secretary.
Okay.
No, bueno.
And that may be part of the.
So all I'm asking is send me the reports. I don't care if you send them up, just send me a copy. And CC me on all that.
And we'll figure out how.
It was frustration because I asked my team, and it's, one guy, we need to do this.
And then figure out whether they're gonna.
But there was no communication about why you were telling them what they and their one was telling you.
I just say, explain it clearly, I'm receiving emails from the kingdom saying we're not
No,
getting it.
no, that's a question.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me or anything? I figured this week is kind of.
So we don't work on 10, so I don't work on Fridays.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, because it's a job.
It is, and I'm angry with them. It's all done same.
Well, I just had 5 days off. Bam. 2 weeks ago, I was sick Wednesday and Thursday. So there's
I'm more
5
than
days
approachable.
off. 4 days off.
We are all good.
All right.
Is there anything new for me? Before the end of the year.
If you ever get Veterans Day off, you can always come down to the VFW and ride in.
Warple actually has a group that goes in right. But I'm in emergency maintenance.
I will be picking up a
It's
check.
hard for me to be away unless I'm sick
That is our
for vacation.
I'm listening.
Yes, I got the email, but whether or not I was going.
Yeah, go ahead and open them.
I figured you were definitely gonna be there and pick it up.
See you, Mom.
I have a receipt from the church. I don't have it with me, but I have it. I have our paperwork signed, so the church.
I was going Wednesday and Thursday to BAM and
Acquisition two.
we were on the way to BAM and I got a text message from one of the other guys, hey, they did you up on line one. I'm getting texts. I put a sign up in my work area, I'm on vacation till Monday.
I'm all about CYA.
I sent my email to vacation out of the office.
Just let you know it is taken care
That
of.
doesn't welcome to a
Mark,
radio.
were you waiting on me?
Oh, I just want to make a comment, is if you're gonna go for the, pole dancing that Don mentioned, you might ask Sir Barn for, if he wants to give lessons.
Who?
Sir Barn?
Oh,
Where are you?
He was able-
for the year?
For at least a month, maybe 6 weeks, he was a male dancer.
Working during the week, we'll be at practices,
He
what's
hated
going on, I
ladies'
cannot
night.
be my schedule.
I bet.
At this moment.
Okay, I didn't know if you have like something.
Mind you, this was 40 years ago.
yeah.
Not
If I
specific.
need to, I can always run out.
Susan and David left.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What's wrong?
I was gonna ask her to come to the house.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we'll make it.
The only other thing is approving our financial policy for doing,
I thought we did that the last meeting. So then we
Well, I
just
need
got
to
to
see
email
some
trace.
Email signature for decision.
We agreed to do the email thing.
Well,
well, that was for the, I didn't know, because we
it worked.